Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a really fascinating corner of the photography world.
Mm.
It's sparked by a note from Notes on Photography, Part 202, the Rollei 35 AF.
Right, the new one.
Yeah, exactly. It's this story about a brand new camera that, well, it cleverly disguises itself with an old soul. And trust me, it's not just some cute throwback.
No, definitely not.
So our mission today is to kind of peel back the layers on this modern classic, right? To understand why it exists, what it means for the broader camera industry.
And what it signals for you, our listener.
Exactly. About the future of technology and, well, nostalgia.
Yeah, it's more than just one camera. It's a really fascinating case study, actually.
Yeah.
We're going to explain what this product tells us about how, established industries are responding to disruption.
Like from mobile phones.
Specifically from mobile phones,
Right,
yeah.
so-
And how they identify and, cater to a very specific, very passionate segment of the market. It raises some really intriguing questions, I think, about value, about design, and strategic adaptation.
Let's jump right in then, because our source kicks off with a moment that I think a lot of us can probably relate to. So picture this. You stumble upon a camera, maybe you see it in a store window or you're scrolling online, and your immediate thought is, wow, what a cool vintage find. Someone's selling a perfectly preserved used model.
Right, you assumed it's secondhand.
But then, as you look closer, this kind of surprising realization hits you. This isn't old, not at all. It's actually brand new, fresh off the production line. It's the new Rollei 35 AF.
And that initial perception, it's incredibly telling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just speaks volumes about the camera's design language.
Yeah.
The whole aesthetic is so authentically classic,
Totally.
so powerfully evocative of, a bygone era that your brain automatically just defaults to vintage. It's not just a design choice, right? It's a deliberate, highly effective statement. It immediately positions the camera outside the typical modern product category.
Right.
You're meant to feel like you've unearthed a piece of history, even though it's, factory fresh.
And that's where the intrigue really starts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To realize something that visually feels like it stepped straight out of a time capsule is actually, cutting-edge manufacturing. It sparks that immediate curiosity. How can something be so new yet feel so deeply rooted in the past?
It's almost like a magic trick in a way.
Yeah, in industrial design. It
Yeah.
plays on our expectations, on our collective memory of what a classic camera should look like.
Definitely.
Now, this isn't just any old camera brought back to life. This is a direct revival of a truly iconic piece of photographic history.
Oh, yeah. The original Rollei 35.
Exactly. For those who might not be familiar, the Rollei 35, first introduced back in the late 1960s.
Legendary camera.
It was legendary. The smallest full-frame 35mm camera ever made at the time. Renowned for its, incredible compactness, precision engineering.
Those sharp lenses.
Razor-sharp lenses, yeah. But this new version, the Rollei 35 AF, it comes with one crucial modern upgrade. And it fundamentally alters the user experience.
And that critical modern twist, as our source really emphasizes, is the addition of autofocus.
Yeah.
AF.
Right.
The original Rollei 35, like you said, was a marvel of miniaturization, but it was also purely manual.
Totally manual.
You had to learn to estimate your distance or use a separate rangefinder maybe to get focus, that zone focusing technique.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which, added to its charm for the purists, sure, but it also made it a more deliberate, maybe slower photographic process. So to bring it back now with autofocus,
Right.
well, that's a significant departure from those purist roots. It's a concession to modern convenience.
That they kept the look.
Exactly. It manages to retain that beloved classic aesthetic. It's a very specific, thoughtful evolutionary step, I'd say.
So it really does sound like it's aiming for the best of both worlds then.
Kind of.
You get that incredibly beloved retro look, the tactile feel of its tiny, dense little body, the heritage of the Rollei 35,
all that history.
but with a modern amenity, autofocus, that most photographers today are just, used to.
Right. It's familiar now.
It's not about overhauling everything. It's about identifying that one critical addition that enhances usability without, sacrificing the core appeal of the original. And for you, the listener, it's a great example of how a brand can selectively integrate modern features to update a classic without losing its soul.
A careful balance.
Which naturally leads us to a crucial question. In 2025, right? In a world utterly dominated by ultra-advanced digital cameras and, frankly, amazing smartphone photography.
Yeah, the phone cameras are incredible now.
Incredible. So why would any manufacturer decide to bring back a classic film camera design?
It does seem counterintuitive.
It really does, like swimming against this massive technological current. But our source offers a very compelling, insightful reason for this strategic move. So what's their game plan here?
What are they doing?
Yeah, how are they carving out a space for themselves with a product like this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Or maybe the $800 question in this case.
Yeah, roughly.
But if we zoom out, connect this to the broader industry landscape, our source makes it pretty clear. This trend, reviving classic designs with a modern feel, it's a deliberate, strategic countermove by the traditional camera manufacturers.
Okay, a counter move against what?
Against the phones. Their primary goal is to compete, not directly maybe, but differently, with the overwhelming dominance of mobile phone cameras. It tells us a lot about the intense pressures facing the traditional camera market. They just can't beat smartphones on sheer convenience or connectivity.
No way.
So they have to offer something fundamentally different.
It's a fascinating kind of niche rebellion, isn't it?
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Instead of trying to, like, out-smartphone the smartphones with more megapixels, faster processors, even more AI.
Which is a losing battle, probably.
Probably. These manufacturers are leaning heavily into nostalgia, into the tactile experience, and into the unique, almost ritualistic nature of analog photography. And these are all elements that smartphones, for all their power and ubiquity, they just can't replicate.
Not in the same way.
It's about creating an experience that is deliberately not like taking a picture on your phone.
Yeah.
They're targeting the emotion, the process.
Right, rather than just the final digital output.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. A smartphone is all about instant sharing, right? Digital convenience, computational photography, doing all the heavy lifting behind the scenes.
Yep.
A camera like the Rollei 35 AF, even with autofocus, it still encourages a more mindful approach.
How so?
Well, you're holding a physical object, right, with a tangible heritage. You might still be thinking about film stock, about composition in a way that feels more deliberate. Okay, yeah.
This isn't just about taking a picture. It's about the act of photography. It's offering a slower, more intentional, maybe antidote to the always-on instant gratification world of mobile tech.
And I think that speaks to something deeper, too, this desire for physical, tactile experiences in our largely digital world.
Oh, absolutely.
We see it with vinyl records making a comeback, or even, physical books still holding their own against e-readers.
True.
It's a pushback, maybe, against the dematerialization of our experiences. This Rollei 35 AF seems to tap into that same yearning for something real, something you could actually hold and, cherish.
Absolutely. It really plays on our psychology. Nostalgia is such a powerful emotion.
It really is.
And when you combine that with a well-designed, high-quality physical product, it creates this almost irresistible draw for a certain segment of the market.
Yeah.
It's not just about recalling the past. It's about re-experiencing a part of it, albeit with a modern comfort like autofocus. Now, let's talk about the investment involved, because this camera, it definitely isn't for everyone.
No.
Our source specifies that the price tag for this new Rollei 35 AF is around MYR 3,500 to MYR 4,000.
Malaysian ringgit, yeah.
Right. For our global listeners, that translates to roughly, $750 to $850 US, depending on the exchange rate.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Which is, that's a significant chunk of change, especially for a film camera in today's market.
Oh, yeah. And that price point immediately clarifies the target audience, just like our source suggests.
Right. Who is it for, then?
Well, this camera isn't designed for the average consumer, clearly, or for someone just, casually experimenting with film photography.
Okay.
It's aimed squarely at a very specific segment. Dedicated film enthusiasts, maybe serious collectors, or perhaps even design aficionados who really appreciate the heritage and the craftsmanship.
So the cost acts like a filter.
Exactly. It's an automatic filter.
Yeah.
It distinguishes a casual interest from, a true passion.
It calls to mind that phrase from the source, the fat wallet.
Oh, yeah.
It really highlights that unique intersection where, a deep nostalgic memory for the brand, maybe from their own youth or just an appreciation for its legacy, meets the financial means to actually indulge that passion.
That's it.
It's not just a purchase. It feels more like an investment in a particular experience, maybe a piece of photographic art, and definitely a connection to history.
Indeed. This is absolutely not a mass market product designed for broad appeal. It's a premium item
Premium.
for a highly discerning, passionate segment of the market.
Mm-hmm.
These are individuals who prioritize the unique aesthetics, the rich heritage, the distinct, deliberate experience of film.
Over convenience.
Over sheer convenience, yeah.
Okay.
Over instant digital gratification or widespread affordability.
Right.
And for you, the listener, it serves as such an excellent example of how a market can thrive, how it can maintain vitality through passion, exclusivity, and a deep understanding of a niche audience's desires. Even when facing, overwhelming competition from more technologically advanced, ubiquitous alternatives like phones.
So it proves there's still room.
It truly proves that there's always room for quality and experience,
Yeah.
no matter the prevailing trends. It's about creating value beyond just utility.
So if we pull all these threads together then, what does the Rollei 35AF really represent for us?
What's the takeaway?
Yeah. We've seen how it's a brilliant example of what we're calling a modern classic, right? A brand new camera that meticulously leverages an iconic, beloved design, adds just that one crucial modern convenience, the autofocus.
That's the one, yeah.
And is strategically positioned as a unique and I'd say rather elegant response to the overwhelming ubiquity of mobile phone cameras?
It's a deliberate step sideways.
Exactly. Not a futile attempt to keep up.
Yeah, this deep dive really shows us that while the mainstream photography market might be utterly dominated by digital and mobile tech,
No question.
there absolutely remains a vibrant, high-value niche. It exists for those who seek craftsmanship, historical connection, and a distinct, more deliberate photographic experience. Ultimately, it really is about passion driving the market. It proves that not every product needs to appeal to everyone to be successful.
That's a great point.
Sometimes serving a dedicated few with something truly special is actually the more sustainable path, creating a legacy rather than just chasing the next trend.
Absolutely. And for you, our listener, here's maybe a final provocative thought to ponder.
Yeah.
As technology continues its relentless march, constantly innovating, often making things smaller, faster, more convenient.
Always pushing forward.
Always. What other classic items, maybe from completely different fields, beyond photography, might we see making a high-priced niche comeback?
Interesting.
Imagine those revivals being driven purely by nostalgia and this deep desire for a different, maybe more tactile or simply more intentional kind of experience. What old technology, something seemingly obsolete, could receive just a single crucial modern upgrade?
Like the autofocus here.
Exactly like the autofocus. And find a new, maybe even luxurious life among passionate connoisseurs. Keep an eye out. You might be very surprised by what reappears.